Welcome to a journey of inspiration and faith. Today we delve into women of faith, inspiring stories from the Bible. We're setting the stage to explore the lives of remarkable women who, through their faith and courage, have made lasting impacts. These women, from Sarah to Mary, are shining examples of unwavering faith and obedience. Their stories, filled with strength and perseverance, continue to inspire us today, offering timeless wisdom and lessons. So buckle up and prepare to be inspired by their faith and courage. Our first woman of faith is Sarah, a woman of patience. Sarah's story is an inspiring tale of perseverance, faith, and above all, patience. She was the wife of Abraham, a man who was promised by God to be the father of many nations. Yet for many years, Sarah remained childless, a circumstance that was not only personally challenging, but also socially stigmatizing in her time. Despite the trials that came her way, Sarah held on to God's promise with unwavering faith. She waited year after year for the fulfillment of God's word. Her patience was not passive but active, filled with hope and trust in God's perfect timing. Sarah's journey was not without its flaws and moments of doubt. There were times when she tried to take matters into her own hands, resulting in consequences that tested her faith even more. But through these experiences, she learned to lean not on her own understanding, but on the promises of God. In the end, Sarah's patience bore fruit. At the age of 90, she gave birth to Isaac, the son through whom God's promise to Abraham would be fulfilled. Through her son, Sarah became the matriarch of many nations, her legacy living on in the generations that followed. Sarah's story is a testament to the power of patience and faith in God's promises. Her life encourages us to hold on, to wait, and to trust in God's timing, even when everything else seems to say otherwise. Like Sarah, we are called to be women and men of faith, patiently waiting for God's promises to unfold in our lives. Next, we meet Ruth, a woman of unwavering loyalty. This tale is one of steadfast dedication, a testament to the strength of bonds formed in the heart. Ruth was a Moabite woman who married into an Israelite family. But when tragedy struck and her husband died, she was left with her mother-in-law Naomi. Instead of returning to her own people, Ruth made an extraordinary choice. She clung to Naomi, vowing to stay by her side. "Where you go, I will go. Where you lodge, I will lodge. Your people shall be my people, and your God my God," she promised. And so, Ruth journeyed to a foreign land, a place unfamiliar and possibly unwelcoming. But Ruth's loyalty didn't waver. She worked tirelessly in the fields, providing for Naomi and herself. Her dedication did not go unnoticed. Boaz, a relative of Naomi's, admired Ruth's faithfulness, and soon he took Ruth as his wife. Ruth, the foreigner, the loyal daughter-in-law, became the great-grandmother of King David and an ancestor of Jesus Christ. Her story is a beautiful tapestry of loyalty, faith, and divine blessing. Ruth's unwavering loyalty to Naomi, her perseverance in a foreign land, and her faith in God led her to a place of honor in the lineage of Jesus Christ. Through her, we see that loyalty is more than just a duty, it's a path that can lead to unexpected blessings. Through Ruth, we learn the value of loyalty and faith. Her story illuminates the power of devotion, showing us that unwavering loyalty, coupled with faith, can lead to unimagined blessings. Now let's meet Esther, a queen of courage. Imagine being a young woman in a foreign land, elevated to queen, yet bearing the weight of a secret identity. This was the story of Esther, a Jewish girl who became the queen of Persia. Her tale is not just one of royalty, but a testament to her courage and faith. Esther was faced with a terrifying decision when a plot to annihilate her people was revealed. She could have chosen to remain silent, to protect herself. But Esther knew that silence was not an option. She chose to risk her life, going before the king uninvited, a move that could have led to her execution. Esther didn't act in haste. She prayed and fasted for 3 days, seeking God's wisdom and strength. She stepped forward in faith, believing that if she perished, she was prepared to perish. This was not a reckless leap, but a calculated step of courage, fueled by her faith in God. Her courage was not in vain. Esther's plea moved the king's heart, and her people were saved. She turned a potential catastrophe into a triumph, not by her power, but by her faith. Esther's story echoes through the ages, inspiring us to find courage in the face of adversity. She was more than a queen, she was a savior to her people, a beacon of hope. Esther's courage was her legacy, a legacy that still shines bright today. Her story is a powerful reminder that courage and faith are not just about facing our fears, but about stepping forward, taking action, and trusting in God's plan. It's about risking everything for what's right, even when the odds are against us. Esther teaches us the power of courage and faith in action. We now turn to Rahab, a woman of redemption. Rahab's story is one of transformation, a testament to the powerful impact of faith. She was a woman living in Jericho, a city destined for destruction. Yet Rahab chose to place her faith in God and his people, even when the odds seemed insurmountable. In a world that saw her as an outcast, Rahab chose to act courageously. She provided shelter to the spies sent by Joshua, risking her life for the sake of God's people. Her actions were not driven by fear but by faith, a faith that saw beyond the walls of Jericho. Rahab believed in the promise of God's people, and in doing so, she found her redemption. Rahab's story is not just about her courage or her faith, it's about the significance of her actions. By choosing to protect the spies, Rahab played a pivotal role in the biblical narrative. Her courage paved the way for the fall of Jericho, and her faith ensured her place in the lineage of Jesus Christ. Rahab's story is a reminder that redemption is not beyond anyone's reach. It doesn't matter where you've come from or what you've done. What matters is your faith and the actions you take because of it. Rahab's story shows us that faith can lead to redemption. Introducing Deborah, a leading lady in faith. Deborah, a name that resonates with leadership, courage, and wisdom, is a shining beacon of faith in the annals of biblical history. She was not just a woman but a judge, a leader, and a prophetess, who served her people with unyielding dedication and unwavering faith in God. Deborah's story is one of immense courage and wisdom. She led her people during a time when leadership was predominantly a man's role. Yet she didn't let societal norms deter her from fulfilling her God-given mission. Her faith in God was her guiding light, and her wisdom, her compass. She was known for her fair judgments, and her people respected her for her integrity and her commitment to justice. Deborah's leadership was not confined to the courtroom. She was also a spiritual leader, guiding her people towards a life of faith and obedience to God. Her faith was her strength, and her wisdom, her weapon. Even in the face of daunting challenges, she held firm to her faith, leading her people to victory against their enemies, and inspiring them with her courage and resolve. Deborah's story is a testament to the power of faith and wisdom. Her leadership, fueled by her unwavering faith in God, had a profound impact on her people. Through her story, we learn that leadership is not about power, but about serving others with wisdom, integrity, and faith. Deborah's story inspires us to lead with faith and wisdom. Finally, we meet Mary, the Blessed Mother. In the grand tapestry of biblical women, Mary holds a place of honor. She's a young woman, betrothed to Joseph, when an angel appears to her with news that would change not only her life, but the course of history. She's chosen to bear the Son of God. Imagine the magnitude of such a task, the weight of such a responsibility. Yet Mary's reaction is one of pure faith. She doesn't question, she doesn't falter, she responds, "Behold, I am the servant of the Lord. Let it be to me according to your word." Her acceptance of God's will is a testament to her unwavering belief and trust in him. And so, Mary becomes the mother of Jesus, nurturing and guiding him through his early years. She stands by him, even as he embarks on his divine mission, providing a constant source of love and support. Her faith never wavers, even in the face of unimaginable sorrow as she witnesses the crucifixion of her son. Mary's story is a powerful one, a story of a woman who accepted God's will with grace and faith. It's a story of a mother's love, a love that transcends the ordinary, a love that's divine. It's a story of faithfulness, of a woman who stood by her son, supporting him in his divine mission. Mary's story exemplifies pure faith and obedience to God's will. These women of faith from the Bible show us the power of faith, courage, and obedience. As we journey through the annals of biblical history, we encounter these remarkable women whose faith was their beacon in the darkest of times. Their stories, each unique and inspiring, serve as a testament to the enduring power of faith and the transformative influence it can have on our lives. Sarah, the woman of patience, teaches us that faith is not about instant gratification. It's about embracing the uncertain, the unknown, and the unseen, and trusting that God's timing is always perfect. Her story is a reminder that patience is not merely a virtue but a manifestation of unwavering faith. Then we have Ruth, the loyal daughter-in-law, whose story underscores the importance of loyalty and love. Her faith in God guided her to support Naomi, even in the face of immense adversity. Ruth's story teaches us that love and loyalty, anchored in faith, can bring about unexpected blessings. Esther, the courageous queen, demonstrated that faith and courage are two sides of the same coin. Her bravery, driven by her faith, saved her people from annihilation. Esther's story is a powerful reminder that with faith and courage, we can overcome even the most daunting challenges. Rahab, the woman of redemption, showed us that our past does not define our future. Her faith led her to redemption and a place in the lineage of Jesus. Rahab's story teaches us that faith can redeem us, no matter how far we might have strayed. Deborah, the leading lady, led her people to victory with her faith and wisdom. Her story reminds us that faith is not passive but requires us to step up, take action, and lead when called upon. Lastly, Mary, the Blessed Mother, exemplified a faith that was willing to accept God's will, even when it seemed impossible. Her story teaches us that faith is about surrendering to God's will and trusting Him completely. These women, their stories etched in the sands of time, continue to inspire us today. Their faith was their strength, their guiding light, and their source of courage. They exemplify the power of faith and obedience, and the incredible things that can happen when we place our trust in God. Which of these women's faith inspires you the most, and which habit will you work on first? Share with us in the comments below.